not done. So, I also, as far as like who you are, go ahead and I did a healing, and it's a remembrance healing. So that is the important one right now. So the remembrance healing is going to help you remember who you are, but it's also going to activate your codes. So do it as many times as you feel called to do. But that one's going to be a big one for Ascension, because the more you activate your codes, the more you're going to walk in that I am power, and the more you're going to be led on the path of your purpose, because you're activating the codes and DNAs that's going to have you act in a certain way, all leading up towards who you really are and embodying your spirit. Some are going to be codes for what you need to do. Some are going to be codes for your purpose, right? You know what? I actually might do a healing to like activate your codes so you can find out, activate the part of your DNA codes that show your purpose. So we're going to do that, okay? So I want you to do the remembrance one until I put that one up. Or like I might just combine that with the psychic workshops, like Supersize You. And it's like a suite of like just high intensity ones that just take you at a higher level. Don't know yet. I'll think about it. And also one where you can go to the scroll room and the Akashic. Yeah, I'm going to put together, I have to think. I'm going to put together a whole, you know, like I said, it's good to know like who you are. Like when I saw that Arrow Strength is Action, it really just makes sense why I am the way I am. But it also helps me take it easy on other people who aren't just going to get up and go. There's so much about knowing who you are that helps. So do the remembrance, because activate the DNA so you can start in just subconsciously doing the programming that gets you on course of who you are, so you can be guided to who and what you are. And that's just so important right now, because we need the strongest magician in the room. We need the strongest light workers in the room. So FYI, right now I'm doing a court case spell. So I got a book of spells. The spell's like this big. And you know, because I'm a freestylist, I'm not Buddhist, I'm not Wiccan, I'm not this, I'm not voodoo, and I'm not hoodoo. I might work with those deities if they step forward to me and are open to work with me. But for the most part, I am not, I don't have a particular religion. I just take what I need, and I'll take from some and mix it with what I already do. I create new stuff every day, right? Right now I've mixed plants, plants, spirit, candles, grids, feng shui. They all work, okay? And so I look at this spell book just because I don't follow a tradition. I don't know everything. So like I'll do it just to see what are other people, religions, folks using for different reasons, because they found out that these plants, herbs, crystals do this. Like I learned when I looked at the court case spells, which is about 30 pages in that big tome. It was like hematite, malachite, and some other crystals were used for court case spells in different ways. And I was like, oh, I didn't know that, right? So I can use them in my crystal grid. You know, just different things that I wasn't able to get from other sources. And at the beginning, they were talking about, you know, when it comes to court case spells, you might have a lot of people, some people who want someone to be locked up, and another person who wants to be have them thrown in jail. And so and then they told the story about this hoodoo lawyer, and he was a root worker, and everyone knew, and he won every case. And they're like, but it might have also been intimidation, because all them jurors in the South knew. They didn't do it. He was gonna get some juju. So it could have, you know, they're saying it could have been intimidation factor, but still, like, he won every case. And they're like, when you're doing that, you know, and you know, who wins, right? Do you have someone protecting it? And you know, it had this one line that struck with me, and which is why I'm saying this. It's like, well, it just comes down to who's the strongest magician in the room. And so right now, with my friend who's in prison or jail, I'm doing all this magic work, and I know the signal I'm sending. I'm sending angels there every day to bless this prison, clean the prison, bind these low vibrational entities from my friends, but from others. I'm doing this 3 to 6 times a day. And it's so funny. My friend, he's in, and he's like, oh my God, Lisa, I was sitting on my bed, and all of a sudden I got a vision of this older angel, and he was just shooting these beams of lights. Oh my God, this is working. I can't believe I saw that. Now he's like super into magic. And I'm sitting him down and telling him, all right, this is what we do. Because some people, you can have a strong signal, but you only do one thing. Now, if you're an alchemist like me, you know you need a mix and match, right? And this all comes through experience, right? So then, you know, so I have something working that the lawyer has everything she needs, you know, and this person has everything they need, and this person, and this goes smoothly, and this magistrate does this, and this is sweetened up, and all these layering things, I do them daily, okay? So I'm teaching him how to do them daily. You need to wait, so now he's like praying 3 times a day, but he's also setting intentions, invoking his spirit guides, not all, just he's really religious, so he's comfortable with like God, Jesus, and Archangel Michael. I'm like, that's cool. I mean, I have like a list of 40, but whatever. I want something. By the time I'm done with 40, it's gonna get done, okay? But it's really accelerating, and it's just like, I'm saying this because who is the strongest magician in the room? I'm walking so firmly in my I am. I'm walking so firmly and bringing in my source. My signal is high. I mean, there's other activities that keep it high, but something that keeps it going is that. That keeps it going. That keeps it maintained. That keeps it high. When I embody and act in ways that it is alignment or speaks to with respect to my spirit. Just energy, down, strength, power. Just by being I am, being who you are. So do those codes of remembrance. I need you guys to be the strongest magician in the room. I wish every courtroom is, especially ones that have, so I'm going to request and petition to see if some deities I work with want to do a big one where all the black men and women who are in jail at higher times rate than everyone else and done all the racism and institutionalized racism, and I do something where all of them get alleviated or that oppressor off, and I have to see if he's willing to do that sort of work. Sometimes I have to ask, is that like too big of a job? Because I asked Archangel Michael to do like, can you go over the whole nation and do this? And he does. So like, Jesus, the whole world, they do. So I'm like, do you want to do this? So with that particular deity who is over, he's a hoodoo hit deity who is over oppression of black people specifically on this land. So I think it'd be a wonderful opportunity to invoke him at that high level with me and my huge signal and my ability to run multiple magic workings that emit the strongest vibration where it happens, right? So I need you to be the strongest magician in the room, in the courtroom, in your city. I need you as a light worker, someone who's trying to do good and shape good, to be the strongest signal possible. Especially going into this ascension, like do the remembrance code, because I want you guys to do the cleansing and the healing. So, I was going to mention, like, when this high dose of high frequency comes in for the shift, to shift us to a higher plane, listen, he don't have to spend time, it doesn't have to spend time on those other 16%. I'm at 18%. They don't need this, everybody uses 2. I'm at 16% of my DNA. They don't need to do the 16%. They can just go from, by the time it gets here, I'll probably be at 25, 30. They can just go from 30 to 100, hopefully, or 30 to 50, or whatever it might be. Honestly, who knows? They said it's going to be a big shift. It might be like 30 to 60% of the DNA, right? Well, then it'll be easy enough to activate the rest myself. So, and it doesn't need, I cleanse my energy. I do it daily, right? Like, so it doesn't have to go through all this impedance to get to me. I'm here. I'm ready. I can take it all. I need you guys to be able to take it all. I need you guys to be at 10%. You ain't gonna get to 20 unless you do a lot of work. But, you can do the 10%. And so when it gets here, it doesn't have to worry about that. You get that extra shift that no one else is gonna get. We need you to be all Superman, okay? We need our light workers. And honestly, if you're attracted to me, you are of the light, and you are someone who is on a high vibration or who has a high mission. So we need you to be the leader you came here to be. You need to get on mission and do what it needs to do so you can take as much. So do that remembrance one as much as possible before this shift comes. And also that other work to find out who you really are, because we need you walking and emitting that high vibrational frequency. So I loved it. Be the strongest magician in the room. Me. It's me. It's me. Okay? And if someone stronger came, you know what? The warrior in me just makes me go, I gotta get better. How we're gonna get better, spirit guides? Y'all help me. That's all that means. It doesn't stop. That'll just make me sharper, right? But usually I try not to come in competition, because in everything I do, I get layers of protections and shieldings. So like, I've shielded all of what I'm doing with him. I have intentions and protections all throughout to shield my magic from any low vibrational being who would want to counteract it, and to remove all obstacles that would want to counteract it. So, I'm very aware that this is spiritual warfare, so whatever I do, I always invoke protection on my spirit self and spirit guides. So just don't think, even this channel is spiritually protected and has the intention of keeping low vibrational beings out. They slick through, but not too much. And if I see one, I just invoke the protections again and again and again, right? You know, protections don't last forever. So if I see like I get one of those like, ooh, hot for me, my boyfriend, to me that's a very clear sign of like something a little low vibrational trying to get at me. And I'm like, all right, delete, block, and protect again. So thank you, little reminder, thank you. Yeah, so that's how I need you guys walking. It is so important right now. People worried about this freaking election. You need to worry about your codes being activated, you being cleansed and clear and ready to receive them. And it doesn't have to take time with other stuff. And you can shift as much as possible. Because from what I know about energy, just like if you look at that video on the how to get the most out of the upgrade, the energy upgrade, I do these healings already. And if you are lower vibration and you haven't done the cleansing and you haven't activated, that's just more work for them to do with the same amount of energy, right? So whoever has done that work, you're going to be able to integrate and act on more of it. I guarantee you'll probably knock out. That high vibrational energy will like make you just go right to sleep. It's still coming, but you want to integrate as much as possible. So that's how important it is. Right now it's spiritual warfare, and you guys are the leaders. We need you strong. We need you in that I am. Walk the way I walk. Don't worry if someone calls you arrogant. That just means to claim for yourself. And yes, I do. It makes me stronger. I know you guys, the Matrix doesn't want you to be strong, so they made arrogant a bad thing, huh? Because they don't want you to be walking in I am and I'm strong. I don't need you. Who are you? The Matrix doesn't want you saying that. So claim for yourself. But claim the truth. And every time you align with the truth, sparks coming to you. So now purpose. Giving you the tools how to find out areas about yourself that you may not have been looking at that are very easy to get. Purpose, okay. Now, I say it's very easy to get your purpose. I got it from multiple places. I did my own channeling and got some of it. But then I work with people like, I have an archangel channeler I work with, but there's other channelers who do have the ability to go into these, you can work with me, I can channel and ask about it. But you do have these people who have the ability to go and find out, go to the Akashic Records, go to the scroll room, find out what their mission and purpose is, and, help give you that sort of information on like the mission and what you're here to do. What I would recommend is go to a couple people, like just pay the money. Christina Roche is really good at it. She was my mentor for 2 years and helped me. She's an angelic channeler and helped open up my abilities and skills. She charges like $400 for an hour now though. So like I have a link in that soul purpose book where it's a little cheaper. And it's specifically to find out what your soul purpose is. So use that link because she'll give you a discount because, I did work with her for 2 years. So that's why that was 2 years of my life invested in her. A lot of money she got, but it was worth it. It accelerated my growth and transformation. But you guys get to piggyback on that and do a reading where you go to the scroll room. And it's funny, when I went with her, they were like, I couldn't see except, I got a brief image of like an actual room, like a table and a scroll. I'm like, oh shit, that's right. I received the image, but not the whole of it. And it was interesting because she was like, we want you to sign another contract. And I was like, I don't sign anything I can't see. So I'm still like Lisa, just like, I ain't trusting nobody unless I see it. And it was funny. Like, they were like, you can speak it out loud and I'll repeat what I agreed to. And she had to just go, da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. I was like, I agree to that. I agree to da-da-da-da-da. And I agreed to da-da-da-da-da-da. No problem. And it was just a reiteration of my soul purpose, which is, at this moment, it's actually to be a motivational speaker, to let people know, I don't know how it's going to look, because I know you get a purpose, it just refines itself until you're, like, tapped in. But basically, like, big audiences of people and just talking about who you really are and your soul truth and what you're here to do and that you have the power to do it. Like, so let's go! See? Action. Eastern numerology. Owl action. Which is great for manifesting. And so, what was I going to say about your purpose? Yeah, so go with her. I think I have some other sources. But, pay the money. Go to a couple people. You can go to myself. I'll do a channeling session. We'll visit the Akashic Records and whatnot to see if we can do that. Or, scroll room versus the Akashic and see where to go to find your purpose and see what we can get from that. But go to a couple of different people. Everyone has slight nuances and resonate differently, so they'll pick up different aspects. Like I tend to pick up the practical, do this, do this, do this, do this. Whereas other people might pick up theoretical, like the Archangel channel, like our Christina. It's pretty, you know, she does really good. Just a little different. Everyone has a little different take in which they resonate in and which they communicate through, right? So I'm always real clear to tell you what my resonance is, just so you understand it does play a difference and it does matter. So, hold on, I need to take a drink of water. This water is magical. So, first I filter it, and then it goes into the minerals. They're to the bottom of my murky filter, because you put mineral stones in the bottom to remineralize it. Then I put it in a glass pitcher in my sunroom in the sun it just takes like an hour so that it can alkalize. And then I put a crystal on top while it's alkalizing, so it's structured. And the crystal I have is black tourmaline, which helps with detoxification, peridot, which helps with removal of fatty acids, and rose quartz, which brings love and makes your skin dewy. And then I pour it here, and I put apple cider vinegar or lemon. It doesn't taste, it tastes good, but it's magical water. So like when you drink it, you want to like drink a whole glass, because like your body's just like, oh, give me more of this hydrophilic water. It's alkaline, your body likes it. So hold on, I gotta finish. I call it magic water. But the thing is, it's funny with the crystals. You can put a crystal on top of the mug and you can freeze it and you can see the structure that it makes. And, you know, so it comes out the faucet all broken. But this is live, active water programmed with a crystal. And the crystal has a program. Like, I, of course, put an intention in the program. So every time I drink it, it's like abundance, detoxification, remove, you know, all this. And so this is part of my daily life. I highly recommend you do it. You can get some glass pitchers for $15 off Amazon. I got 3. So I'm never out of water, especially when you have to put it through a filter. And remove the fluoride that calcifies your pineal gland. And, you know, that's part of the reversal and the remineralization that's helping to reverse that. All right. Okay. Where were we? Your purpose. Yeah, easy enough to find now. Just pay the money up. If you're young, you know, you can like do the books that like lead you through it to see if you can walk it. If you want to, you can do a meditation. Yeah, I'm getting so many downloads on this video. I'm like, yeah, maybe I'll do one where like, I think I might do a course. I think it's gonna call Level Up. And like in the Level Up course, it's all about finding your purpose, your DNA, you're uncovering your soul gifts, and it's like who you truly are, you know, at the spiritual level, and integrating that. And I think I might have a suite of like 5 or 6 healings that really up the ante, so you can do all that. So I'm gonna do that. Stay tuned. I have to think about what I'm gonna put into it. That's all gonna be around activating who you are, showing who you are, and finding out what your purpose is. Yeah, we'll do that. Maybe even one where like you visit the Akashic records, and you can also put what you want. I was gonna do a workshop on the Akashic records. All right, sorry, just thinking out loud. Don't mind me. I just want you to know how the mind of a scientist works. Okay, start putting all sorts of things together. And I'm a teacher too, and I'm here to help wake people up. So it all ties in. So we're gonna be doing it. I just have to think about what needs to be in it, how many different healings. I like 5. 5's a big number. So right now in my head I have 3. When I figure out 2 more, I'll do it, and I might just do it as a 5-day workshop where we do one every single day. And then for those who can't make it, they can just do the replay. Like every day at like 2 o'clock or 5 o'clock, we'll do one healing, just so it has time to integrate. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, we'll do that. It's a 5-day thing. And then you guys have access to it for life. Okay, good. I just created a workshop. You know, y'all need a, if you guys do not take action, just be inspired by like how easy it is for you guys to just like put something together, put it out, and like advertise it and see if people will come and benefit from it, if it will serve them, you know, but also, you know, just just do it, you know? Like, don't worry about it. I have 400 people on my YouTube channel. So, I did 2 great workshops. I'm going to do 3 more. Plus, now I'm going to do this little challenge. We call it the Level Up, like Soul Level Up, something like that challenge. And boom. So if y'all aren't taking action, I don't know. That was my arrow of strength. But if I can inspire you, look, life's too short for you to be waiting around for other people in validation. Okay? 380 YouTube subscribers. I was being generous. But, you know, it don't matter how many. If you know something's good to do, you know it will help people, you just put it out there, okay? And if no one does it the first time, so maybe a year from now, everyone's doing it because you've done the work and you've kept doing the work, and now people know who you are and they know you offer good stuff, right? So just don't ever hesitate to do that. Okay, so that's what I would do if I were you. So this is part 2. In spiritual warfare, I need all of my, I'm commander, but I need all of my soldiers walking strong, emitting strong, being who you are. And, you know, there's a lot of people out there who are spiritual teachers, but I just think I'm different. I'm just looking at them like, you know, I'm not love and light. I am, you know, it's different. You know, I walk in who I am, not like some theoretical stuff, but all you need to do is walk in who you are, because when you express your soul self, you become powerful and more powerful, and you also get guided and led more synergistically, more synchronistically, more magically, like in life, because you're allowing more power of your divinity through. And so even when you're not thinking, it's working, and you're letting it work through you when you do this work. Okay, when you embody, when you acknowledge who they are. Every day you acknowledge who and what your spirit is, I swear, and you just get stronger and stronger and stronger. All right, guys, that's it for now. You guys, okay, I just want to say about some upcoming things. I'm going to do some upcoming workshops on how you can do your own healings with the angels and other beings, how you can do journeys with the angels and other beings, and how to visit the Akashic room for the records for, but I think that one, you have to have a high vibration. So I think I might only let people who do the first course of the healings do that course, because otherwise, I don't think you get as much from it. And I'm also going to do that 5-day level up channel. I just need to think of the other 2 DNA activations I want to do with it, so that it really, really hits at the core. I'll just channel, or my spirit will let me know what makes sense. My spirit, let me know what the other 2 would be good for, like DNA activation, soul purpose activation, suite of 5. I already got 3, uncovering their soul gifts and purpose, but just go ahead and shoot that into me, spirit, when you get the chance, and spirit guides, you know my purpose. And then when I do, I'll sit that out. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for listening. Workshops have been great. Love the people I'm meeting. Make sure you're on my email list. Go to my website, mysoulpoweredlife.com, because it's all about, and get that resource guide on knowing your soul, you know, finding your soul mission and purpose in 30 days. It gives you the resources of people I used. And I'm gonna tell you right now, one thing I've been blessed with is that spirit only gives me the best of the best. So if I use someone and recommend them, they are dead on, they know what they're doing, and you don't have to worry about wasting your money on someone who's not at a high enough level for you. So just go ahead and go to multiple sources. It'll start to all make sense and should all lead up to the same thing, right? It should be different layers of it. So you guys can do this, and you're at a stage where you have to do this, because we need you to know who you are. We need you to know if you're the artist, because there's a reason you are that person. There's something you bring to this world that helps people ascend. And art can help people ascend. Beauty helps people ascend. Okay? If you're a scholar and you're scholarly, that can help people ascend, because you synthesize a lot of information we need, and you put it in forms that people can read or can gather or can learn from or research from. Okay? If you're a server, you have a place too. Like, what's your role? Your role is a big picture, but it's to take care of that tiny baby. Because sometimes some people's one role is to take care of the baby who's going to be the next thing that changes people's life. Like, you know, think of Mother Mary, right? Like, she had Jesus. You had one job, okay? And she did it flawlessly. But sometimes you just have one job because you're incubating the next leader of a generation who can change things for the best, right? Think of Martin Luther King's mother, I mean, and father, right? Like, they had to cultivate this young boy to be the person he was. Think of my parents. My parents had to cultivate me, and you know what they did instinctively? They let me be me. They did not try to control me, except with chores, and that just never went well for them or me. That was just a horrible time. Now I hire maids because I can. You know, and I know instinctively that level of just being hands off worked perfect for me, because I didn't need too much between my spirit guides and my guardian angels protecting me in my own sense. I just didn't need a heavy hand or people telling me what to do. And anyways, it wouldn't have worked. We would have been fighting the whole time, but I didn't have to have that strife, right? So, you know, sometimes your job is not necessarily this huge things, but to take care and nurture the people who then needs that nurturing so they can be clear and untraumatized and unsullied to do it. Okay, Layla, I'm almost done. Let me just get off and I'll see what you're talking about. Okay, beautiful. Yeah, so sometimes that's your job. Like, she has like a numerology. Her number's 22. It's Master Builder. So I don't know what she's supposed to do. I just know she's smart, teach her how to read, and that's it. You know what I mean? But like, my job is to, like, you know, make sure she does her job, okay? And raise her connected to her spirit, so she walks in her power from an early age, and don't let society tell her who she should and shouldn't be or how she should dim her light. That's what she's gonna get from me, being able to be her and express her soul self. So apparently that was the goal, and we're gonna see, you know, in 20, 30 years what that meant for her development. But sometimes your job isn't always necessarily this big, great thing, but it's just no more less important, right? So remember that, know who you are, know what it is, and once you know, people just can't get to you. Once you know who you are spiritually and how important it is and how it fits in its role in this world and ascension or the people around you, you can't knock me. I'm here on purpose. My purpose is this person, and this person, not you. You can never knock me, because I'm always going to be okay as long as I'm in alignment with who I am and I'm on purpose. You see the strength that comes from that? When you know what you came to this earth school for, you can't be broken. They'll try it, but you can't be. So love you guys, and I will talk to you later. I'm also going to do a video, the next one, on like how to make time for spiritual work. So we'll see how that goes. Bye.